All right, guys, good afternoon. It is Monday around lunchtime here. And as you can probably hear, maybe, or see, it has started to rain here. This is the start of, or the remnants of Hurricane Florence over Pennsylvania right now. Today, it's actually tonight into Tuesday is going to be the worst of it. If you were following the storm track, it hit the Carolinas, made a right turn over like Ohio, and it's going back out to sea over Pennsylvania. So it's coming from the west, moving east, and coming right over us. But it's not as, I don't think the forecast is as bad as originally they were thinking. For our area, they're saying maybe at most 4 inches of rain. So I'm hoping we don't have high winds. It's whatever we get, it's going to be nothing compared to what the guys down south got. But it is coming over us, the remnants, what's left, all that moisture. It looked like it actually split into two sections, and the one section is over us now. But like I say, tonight into tomorrow, 4 inches of rain. What's another 4 inches of rain in Pennsylvania? I was watching on the Weather Channel last night. They were showing some of the totals for the total rainfall for the different cities in North and South Carolina. I saw one had gotten 24 inches of rain, which is it's a lot of rain. And if you'll remember, about 2 months ago, we went through something like that with the rain here. Now, granted, we didn't have the wind. We didn't have, maybe not 24 inches all as quick as they got it, but we definitely were waterlogged there for quite a bit of the summer. So today what we have going is not a whole lot. The guy was coming for the hay that was moldy for the steers, and we changed our mind with the rain now. So Not much else going on. I'm going to see if I can't start working on the Farmall 560, getting that fuel drained out of there, and seeing if I can't figure that thing out. That'll probably be a different video for a different day. So that's what we might end up doing today, just so we get something done. I do have some errands to run. Have to pick up a few things. I want to get the RV antifreeze for the sprayers on hand, so it's here. So this year I can do a better job winterizing the sprayers. Last year I was in a rush because the weather turned on us pretty fast. I have a little bit, and then I have some more sitting over there, but the weather turned very quickly last year from warm to cold, and tried winterizing it in a rush, and just didn't do a good enough job, I guess, because it froze. So this year I want to have that stuff on hand so I can just get at it right away when it gets cold. So I don't think it's going to get cold anytime soon. Knock on wood. October temperatures for us are supposed to be above average. And the next thing is, I was looking at the extended long-term weather all the way into late November, and it looks like our first frost isn't going to be till November or after. So all right, enough talking about the weather. Just a quick morning update here, or afternoon update. Going to try to start, I'm thinking I'm pretty well done making hay for the year, so I'm going to start trying to work on some of these shop projects that I haven't really finished. So we're going to maybe today start looking at that 560. So, all right, I'll come back with you with something else. All right, so it's a little bit later in the day. I'm not going to be filming what I'm about to do, the 560, just because it's so dark back there. It's not going to make for good video. I'm not going to pull everything out because it is raining. We just had a downpour that lasted about 45 minutes and dumped a pretty good amount of water on us. So I don't want the baler or anything sitting out. So I'm going to be overworking in the dark with a flashlight again. Basically, all I'm going to do is shut the fuel off, put a longer hose on the fuel outlet into 5-gallon buckets. The first step is going to be to drain this tank and see if it'll drain on its own. Or if it keeps getting blocked up, I might have to blow a little bit of air in every once in a while to get it drained. Once it's drained, we're going to thread out the sediment bowl that's in there. The hole's about that big round. We're going to thread that out, And then once that's out, we're going to go up top with a flashlight, shine light in as best I can to see what's in the tank. And if I see stuff in the tank, I'm going to try to flush it around first with some gum cutter. I'm going to spray some gum cutter in with the straw on there to try to blast it out the bottom. Then once, if it's like a pasty stuff in there, I'm going to go down with like a scraper and scrape it all out the hole in the bottom. Then go in with some gum cutter and dump a little bit of diesel in the top. I want to see what I want to see what I find before I pull the tank off. If I don't have to pull the tank off, I do not want to pull the tank off. I might have to, for the guys that want it done right, I might have to take it off eventually. But if it's just more of that plastic in there that I found before, I want to see if I can fish it out. I don't know what the condition of that tank is. I don't know what it looks like inside, because there's about 18 gallons of diesel fuel in that tank right now. So I got to get it empty. So if I find something, I will come back with you. All right, guys, it's a little bit later in the day. We have some progress here. I managed to get this fuel bowl assembly out of the tractor. Okay, I misspoke in one of my previous videos. Let me get situated here. Misspoke in one of my previous videos when I said the fuel capacity of the fuel tank on a Farmall 560 is 20 gallon, I believe I said. That was incorrect, because I was on my fourth bucket and it was still coming out pretty fast. So I quick looked up on tractor data, and it is 33 gallon that this tank will hold. 33 gallons, I got about 30 out of it. So I drained it out, and it all drained out flawlessly. No issues, no problems with it draining out. So I did look in the tank, and I tried my best to get on camera a shot of inside the tank, but I could not get the lens in the right spot and get the light in for you guys to be able to see, and it's exactly what I figured. I wasn't going to see a whole lot. The two biggest things that had me concerned with this, and I'm talking a little bit louder because it's raining here pretty heavy, but the two biggest things that concerned me with this tank were sludge, like a layer of sludge in the bottom, or rust, like a rusty fuel tank. And shining the light in and shining it around and looking, this tank on the inside did not have any sludge, and the rust, it's not very rusty at all. I mean, it's very minimal, very minimal. So I'm shining the light around trying to see something, and I'm just not seeing anything. So either something, when I drained it, something like, there's a ledge here. This tank, try to do this, this tank has a belly here, then it goes up, and then there's a ledge out here. It is a tapered ledge, but unless there's a piece of dirt or something, or a piece of junk up in there, I know it is fuel tank related. It's nothing to do with the injection pump, the injectors, the fuel filters, airlock, suction problems, return line problem, all the things that it could be. I know for a fact it is fuel tank outlet flow issues, because this bowl did not have fuel in the bowl, and I had to blow air in this outlet here. I had to blow air in there, and it bubbled in the tank, and then it went. So it is something in the fuel tank. I know it's nothing else or any other problems. So what the plan is, in the end of this, that threads up in your tank, in the very end of this, I'm going to make up some type of a screen or a standpipe. A lot of guys had commented that that was the way to go. I do agree with that, because when this threads in, this tank is a little bit different than, let's say, my Farmall Super C. My Farmall Super C, when that thing threads up in, there's not as much of a drop. This tank on the 560, it kind of has a funnel where the threads are, and it makes the perfect place for dirt and other things to accumulate. The Super C, not so much. It's more of like a flat pan type of area. So it's hard to say. Let me go back to the tractor with the flashlight. I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's always better to do a visual than to try to explain something Some of you guys know this already, but some of you may not. Okay. Get in there. So you see the bottom of the fuel tank on the Super C. It's that whole area that tapers to the fuel bowl. And we'll come around to the 560. Excuse me. Oh man. It's that moldy hay. Right there, you can see it's like a funnel in the bottom of the fuel tank. So there's a lot more chance of dirt and other debris to settle in that area. So like I said, I'm gonna spray a little bit of gum cutter around in there, or some other type of solvent. I'm going to put like a small scraper or a small brush and work from the top and try to fish to see if there's anything else in there. But like I had figured, I wasn't going to find anything that obvious. It's never that easy. So plan B is going to be to put a standpipe in here to get this above the funnel, so that way fuel can still get in. I'm probably going to go with like a standpipe screen. I'm going to see what's out there. We'll modify something if I have to get something soldered in, whatever. Or I could just order another one of these and just put a brand new one on. That might be an option too. They're not very expensive. They're like $17 for the whole assembly. We'll think about this a little bit here. But hey, the fuel all drained out, and didn't see anything obvious. If I find anything, I'll come back with you guys. But if not, I guess that's where we'll leave today's video. So it's always better when you find something when it's obvious, but no such luck here. So let me fish around in the tank, spray some solvent around in there, and see what we can come up with. Maybe something will come out, but I'm going to check the buckets of fuel before I am going to put it back in. But I have a funnel with a mesh screen on it. So we will be doing that. And even if there was dirt in these buckets when I drained it through here, and it still had to go through the screen on the fuel bowl. So nothing big was going to get through anyway, but just as a precaution, and being that I already said this on the internet, so nobody gets excited, I do have a funnel with a very thin, very fine mesh screen that I do use when I put fuel in the tractor. So I will put this back in. I don't see anything wrong with the diesel fuel. When I bought the tractor, there was only about 5 gallons in it, and I was the one that topped it off. So, and I know the fuel I got was okay, so we're going to reuse the fuel. But like I said, not seeing anything wrong with the fuel. So that's where I'll end it for here. I'm going to play around in that fuel tank. If I find anything, I will put another clip on this video. If not, see you guys later.